Very good Thursday to everybody. Thanks for clicking on to today's European Outlook. This is the coolweather.com records or near records that are showing up globally at the moment as of early Thursday morning. You can see here that we've got a clustering over the Middle East at the moment. A couple of spots of mild southwestern United States, eastern Russia, into the maritime continent and also southeast Australia. In terms of the past 7 days, this is how the temperature anomalies look across the continent. Firmly colder than average across the southeast. Up the western side of the continent into Scandinavia, it has been very mild compared to average. This is likely then to tip the balance with a warmer than average February, warmer than average winter season overall. There will be the March outlook released in tomorrow's video, by the way, so stay tuned for that. This is the temperatures across the UK and Ireland as of 3:30 UTC on Thursday. You can see here temperatures around about the freezing mark, if not slightly below across the north. We've got the slightly milder conditions across England, Wales, and a degree or two above the freezing mark across most of Ireland and Northern Ireland. In terms of the next couple of nights, we are going to see a shift in the temperature profile. Rather than the north being colder, we are going to start to see the coldest air moving south into England and Wales, slightly less cold up across the north as winds pick up across the north out of the southwest. That's going to allow mixing cloud cover, less cold conditions here, but under clear skies, lighter winds nearest the high pressure, we are going to see the coldest conditions over the next few nights. So obviously this is the last 7 days according to the CFSV2. Temperature-wise, this is the upcoming 7 days of the ECMWF weeklies. And you can see here, just give me a second. This is the next 7 days according to the model here. So we are talking about an end to meteorological winter, beginning the meteorological spring, slightly warmer than average across the north of the UK, slightly colder than average across the south. That extends into France and Iberia. We are continuing to chip away at the cold across the southeast of the continent as Atlantic air takes over the pattern. This is a hemispheric wide setup change as we start to see the Arctic oscillation becoming increasingly positive. That means that we're bundling the cold up into the high latitudes. We're seeing the low pressure develop. That's pulling the subtropical ridge northwards and allowing the oceanic air to flood both North America as well as continental Europe. And this is meaning a very, very mild end to winter overall. Looking at the latest GFS for the stratosphere, and we continue to see this strong warming developing towards the end of week 1, beginning of week 2 of March here. What consequence this may have towards the latter half of March, if it actually does have any consequence at all, would be that we possibly start to see the return of positive heights up into the Arctic region, the high latitudes. If this was to try and propagate in from strat into the troposphere, but it's very, very questionable whether this is going to have much response to the 500 millibar pattern. But nevertheless, interesting to watch how the GFS continues to show this very strong burst of warming over the top, out of Eurasia, across into the pole, and forcing a significant weakening of the polar vortex in the upper levels of the stratosphere. Now looking at the latest overview charts of the modelling here, let's have a look and see what the ECMWF is suggesting over the next few days. So if we look back at the Europe Atlantic view of the ECM, you can see here how the pattern is looking. If it will load up, it would certainly help. So just bear with a little second here to see if this is going to load up real quick, and then we'll crack on. This is a relatively short video because I'm heading to the airport shortly. We are going to be returning home over the next 24 hours as well. So a fantastic holiday. It's been a great experience. Malaysia, hot, humid, at times wet and thundery, but certainly is a high recommendation for myself if you happen to want to visit somewhere somewhat different. So this is off the GFS model here. Overview, precip, cloud, temperature and pressure. We're seeing that high pressure building into the UK, But with the core of the pressure down across England and Wales, we're seeing the coldest conditions here Friday morning. We've got on the northern flank of the high, both the western and northern flank of the high, we've got slightly increased cloud and breeze, therefore slightly less cold here. Continue to play through the loop. We've got this frontal system that moves through, weakens the area of high pressure, then another surge of high heights build into the UK and Ireland. But generally speaking, we have this kind of low pressure over high pressure situation as we progress through week 1 of March. And it looks as if this is going to continue. And this is indicative of a strong positive both in the Arctic Oscillation, North Atlantic Oscillation, and the rotation of the MJO into phases 1, 2. And if we get into phases 3, by the way, we need to watch out for the potential for something a little bit more active in terms of storminess. Look at this here. Saturday of next weekend, the 8th of March, we've got an area of low pressure sitting just to the north of Scotland at 976 millibars. We could start to see a stronger jet and the development of deeper lows moving through as we go towards the end of week 1 and into week 2 of March. Given the overall situation as it stands. So look at this here, 956 millibar low to the north of the UK as we move towards the middle portions of this month. Would not surprise me. Again, the MJO may continue to progress eastwards through the Indian Ocean towards the maritime continent as we move towards mid-March. And this would make sense given if that was to happen, of course. Looking at the ECMWF, and you can see here that we have a kind of similar situation, obviously, over the next few days. Higher pressure giving way to frontal systems, and then we've got high pressure regrouping, rebuilding once these fronts move through. And we've generally got quite a flat zonal flow across the Atlantic and into Europe here. So we have got a generally mild situation with that orientation of the upper as well as low level pattern. So anyway, that is it. It's a short and sweet video today, but do check out tomorrow's March Outlook, and also you can check that out in written form on the website as well. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Like and subscribe. See you tomorrow with more. Bye for now.